YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage back in the Macedon campaign. And let's get things... Ugh, why do I always do that? It's like whenever I hit shift right when it starts, it automatically goes into that. We need to get things started where we left off. There are some Arverni armies still kind of marauding around. Some of the Gallic tribes up here are pretty okay with me, like these guys here. The Namnetes, I believe, are okay with me. I need to finish off, though, the Nervii, who have, looks like 4 different settlements there. And they've got an army over here raiding against the Boii, who are actually friendly towards me. Well, actually 5 settlements. Looks like the Nervii captured one back here. So we're going to help the Boii beat down the Nervii. So let's help them do that. It is in the middle of winter, so it's a little nasty. I do want to kind of finish my business here in the west, I think, before I head east, just for the sake of. Let's get into my buildings real quick. I know there's some stuff I wanted to get built. Looks like Patavium. We got a bunch of barbarian structures here that need to be converted. I'm going to have to turn that into a temple, I believe. And let's see, they've got a few...
What would you have of me?
Few Ligurian troops, and we just knocked out their main army at Noria, so that is busy being rebuilt. Let's see, what's our research rate look like right now? So we've researched all the way there. Research rate's 235%. Not bad. Not bad at all. So that drops all construction costs, gives us granaries and landed estates, cattle ranch. Wine market, just kind of seeing all the stuff that's available to us here. So we can now build level 4 libraries if we want to. And that just gives us less corruption in each province, which is probably going to be important because late game corruption does play a pretty big role. So I'm going to go ahead and let it cycle through these research items there. Drop our corruption down because it has been increased in this patch, if I understand it right. So, and there's quite a few buildings we can upgrade. I'm going to kind of play it safe for just a little bit, though. I don't really have to upgrade many of them now, and I just want to make sure I don't get into another food supply issue. So let's go ahead and conquer a little more territory first. We've got a few movement points left on this army, but not enough to do what we want. And let's take a look. This army has already marched its movement. This army here, let's actually pull up my map so I can see my different armies.
At your command.
Let's see, we got this one. These guys need to finish retraining before we put them in.
You looking at me?
And then this army at Patavium should now be free. We've finished off the Ligurians, really. We just need to finish off some of their troops, so we can actually send these guys to assist against the Nervii. And so I think that's going to be our next function. This army here really doesn't need to go anywhere at the moment. I wish we could kind of move through. Let's see how the Lugii feel towards us. I think they were somewhat friendly. No, they're actually not. And I think the Nervii own the other piece of Silesia, which is actually the home of Patchy, if I remember right. So we might want to capture Silesia just for the sake of saying that we control the birthplace, the future birthplace of Patchy, the future past public birthplace of Patchy. Oh, it's not going to make much sense. Let's see. I want the one that spreads the most Hellenic influence, which I thought would be the Temple to Zeus, or the Shrine to Zeus. Yeah, it will be. Let's get that one. What does this take? Just a little more food for quite a bit more leather. It's not bad. Gonna give me more trading power. I'll go ahead and do that. I need to stabilize this territory. Let's take a look at our agent status here. Dignitaries, only 2 of 3, so let's actually get a dignitary recruited here to help convert this province away from other cultures here. Alright, this one has +1 passive cultural conversion, so that noble woman will do the job nicely. Let's see if we have any upgrades to divvy out. Looks like the Children of the Corn can. So let's get them Formidable Spearmen. And then Bite of the Cannibals. We'll give them Formidable Spearmen as well. And I've got my research selected. I do have a ton of money, and some of you are like, Air, upgrade your buildings. I know some of my buildings can be upgraded again. I'm just going to kind of play it safe for a moment and make sure that I don't run myself out of food again like I previously did, but then I will take care of it. Alright, now we can go ahead and end this turn, and again I want to carry out the fight against the Nervii and finish off the Arverni. So I might send one army to kind of deal with the Arverni, and then send the remainder of my armies to deal with the Nervii. Looks like the Arverni have a small fleet there I might want to go track down. Nervii are still begging for peace, and they're demanding money from me for peace? That doesn't make any sense. I don't think they have any way to truly threaten me. They may be able to get behind my lines for a moment, but there's no way that they have enough power to truly threaten me. So, certainly no way I'll be paying them for any sort of peace, unless that means paying them a visit with my armies, and enforcing a type of peace upon them, which they do not wish for. Atarbartes. Wonder what these guys are up to. I thought they lost their settlement, but they may still have a few units left here and there. Pictones actually going after my agent. Good to know who my enemies are, and apparently they are amongst them. Their agent got wounded in an attempt to take out my dignitary. And it looks like the Viviski jumping in with my enemies as well. And then we've got these stinking rebel filth who want to recapture my city here. And I could probably kill them. I just don't want to spend all my time fighting another one of these battles since I did it last time. All of these look like it's going to be a close defeat. I'll just do the one that does the most damage to them, and I'll just send my army back over to finish them off. I'm not really concerned about these guys. Just some rebel filth. Okay. Let's see. An enemy champion has tried to murder your loyal subject. The attack failed, but he was wounded. Okay, so eventually they must have gotten... whatever. Eventually they must have gotten my noble woman here. That sucks. It took her out. So it looks like the Viviski are based here, and that's the Volcay. Where are the Pictones? These guys here. They've got to die, because they just tried to betray me as well. So they are causing issues, and I'm going to go put an end to such pesky things. So on the next turn, I'll move to Limonum and basically destroy these guys, and then we'll go hit Bertigala and get rid of the Viviski as well. Anybody who doesn't want to cooperate with me here is gonna suffer some wrath. And let's go start poisoning some of these Nervii troops up here. We're gonna need to in order to keep my men successful. That was a pretty stout poisoning that those guys just received there. And I'm gonna leave my men on the bridge. Let's get my men backed up to the bridge. They'll be retraining slowly. I don't know if we can... Yeah, we can actually retrain units, but they're not going to be as high chevron as these are, so I don't really want to go to retraining units. Vesontio doesn't have a ton of defense, so they could potentially try and siege me out. Let's see, I would have 2 levy pikemen and some other troops there. And I get militia hoplites, pikemen. So I mean, I would actually have a pretty decent garrison. But Bracta is going to be stable for now. Let's bring this army to bear on some of these guys over here. I wonder how the Volcay feel about me. They probably don't feel well towards me. As well, actually, you know, they're pretty friendly as well. And let's see, Tolosa is part of the settlement with Massalia. Let's see what I got here. I got a library, an Odeon. I got this Traveler's Lodge that's giving me some extra food. I might want to build a temple here just for some public order and to make sure that we don't get overrun with other culture. This army is actually in a position to retake Genua the quickest. So let's do that. So Genua is going to be back under our control. And hopefully they didn't tear my buildings down. They did not. So Genua is still in good shape, and Patavium is ready to receive an extra structure. Put a temple there as well. And then this army can hopefully come mop up some of these guys. Let's use our spy to do some sabotage. Well, never mind, he failed. Let's just take these goons out. They're gonna run away, of course.
Is that all?
Alright, we can at least kill some of them.
Once.
And the other one ran back this way. That's frustrating. But we can get back to Patavium. And it's going to be a little bit upset because we just recaptured it again. I have another spy here, actually. So let's see if we can do some wrecking of these guys here. Just ruin them a little further. Might as well. And then I've got other agents here as well. Here's my hero. We can put him in this army. And I think this is the champion that we persuaded to join us. So I'm going to send her over to train this army here. They could use some military experience. Those guys are waiting for the next turn, so no big worries. And then let's see, we've just kind of come up here and captured this. And I want to move against the Lugii as well, but this province is still going to be quite unhappy. Let's wait until we spread just a little more of our culture here. The Hellenic culture is on the rise, so let's wait until a couple of these buildings are finished there, and then move out from that point. Secundan looks like it can build another structure here as well. Let's see. This structure is going to need, or this area is going to need some public order to help balance off some of the higher level buildings, so I'll bring that in. And again, we have other buildings that can be upgraded. I'm going to just make sure my food supply and everything stays stable for a few turns so that I feel comfortable where I'm at. And we'll just keep using our spies and other agents to screw with the enemy here. Let's go through and make our upgrades. This spy can really be good at poisoning armies now. That's fantastic. Children of the Corn. And another upgrade that we can drop here. Let's go with Warrior also. That's going to be all the upgrades. Our research is on the way. Some of these buildings aren't going to screw with any of our food supply or anything else like that, so I might go ahead and run upgrades on those. This one's going to be worth it no matter what, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that one down. I want to upgrade some of those libraries, but all that means extra food, of course. Ooh, this gold mine. That's an extra 150 wealth per turn for only 3 food. We're definitely going to do that. I think we are going to be fine for now. Yeah, we'll be okay for now. So let's leave it be for this turn. Go ahead and end. And I'm going to be banking up some money here. Looks like Carthage got a nice navy there. Oh, I meant to hunt down that Arverni fleet. We need to do that with our fleet that's in Massalia. Our Arverni army's still running around me in a raiding stance. We gotta take care of those fools. That gets pretty annoying because the AI will just run around and forced march and make it really difficult for you to catch them. Guess it kind of makes sense though. If they can't beat you straight up, they go into guerrilla tactics. So as much as it annoys me, it's probably what they should be doing.
Spirits have noticed that our treasure stores are wanting. Can you help with this small matter?
I wouldn't mind having a non-aggression pact with these guys. They're nomadic. And Royal Scythia is out here as well. And they just don't like the Pictones. So let's go ahead and sign a non-aggression pact with these folks. Perhaps that can turn into some type of lucrative agreement. It looks like the filthy Ligurians are going to attack me here. They've just gotten a bunch of mercenaries. And I'm going to fight this just to make sure I don't lose this silver chevron Thessalian cav. So let's go ahead and fight this on the battlefield. And I will take care of these guys. That's a lot of Celtic skirmishers. So they basically just picked up all the Celtic forces that were here. I'm going to try and use my archers against some of their Gallic swordsmen. My guys ought to be pretty good there. Outflanked with my Thurio spears, and then I'll just use my cab. Actually, I'm going to pull my shield bearers into combat as well. See if we can get them tested here. Now, the AI will do better against them than they probably should be able to, but get all my hoplites up here. Thurio spears. Thurio spears are great, man. They're seriously one of my favorite units in this patch. I'm just gonna I'm gonna leave behind these Thessalian cav that are kind of thrashed. Let's just pull all these guys up.
We await your command.
Pull all these guys here.
General, advance at speed.
There we go.
Warriors of Macedon, at speed.
All right.
Thessalians,
Got my cav coming out. Let's see what we're up against here. There's the short swords and the enemy Oathsworn. They are bringing up their hordes of skirmishers, and based on our testing, I'm going to go ahead and take all my guys out of formation attack because there's no reason to stay in it against all these units that are not formation attack. So I'm going to go ahead and remove my men from it. Go ahead and move up on the flanks. And let's see, we are about to be charged. My archers are opening fire, so I'm going to give them some shots. Get some nice ones. Oh. Got sword units coming at me over here. Let's split up and see if we can lure a few of their sword units off over here.
Our general is under attack.
Okay. We've managed to lure some of their units off. Let's kill these skirmishers and pull more units up for flanking. And let's see. Let's come in on this this flank over here. Oh, don't accidentally click the walk-through order there. Let's use our guys there. Alright, the enemy Oathsworn engaged me here. Let's pull these spearmen loose. Let's get these guys into phalanx. Get the breach. Drop the fear. Intimidate the Oathsworn. Probably a little too late, but at least we tried. And let's come into the back of this Oathsworn. Some of my Thessalian cav are getting
The battle is turning in our
hit by
favor.
javelins, so I'm gonna have to retreat them. Alright, the enemy Oathsworn is taking some pretty heavy fire. Okay. Let's come back and actually charge these mercenary Celtic warriors and Celtic skirmishers with my Thessalians. This is actually going to be a pretty nice cav, I believe, or a charge, I believe. Oh yeah, got a nice pummeling going on there. Don't throw your javelins at my own horsemen, please. Hit those guys instead. So we shook those guys up pretty hard. And I'm not losing a whole lot of cav, which I probably shouldn't be in that scenario. This is on the hard difficulty, not the very hard difficulty. Yeah, my skirmishers getting those guys there. Oh crap, what do they got over here? They had a mercenary Celtic light horse. Let's go ahead and charge it. Hopefully my Thessalians can kill it without dying. And then they have one last unit, I think, making its way through these woods. And those mercenary skirmishers just ate it. That's going to be the last bit of skirmishing that they ever do. And we're going to just charge these Celtic warriors, who are going to rout slightly before the charge. Too late to save them. So that's going to take care of the Ligurians and manage to save all my horsemen as well. And that's going to destroy their army. Just taking a look at my unit stats there. My general was fighting against Oathsworn, so no surprise that there wasn't a lot of kills there. I should have used Intimidate on the Oathsworn before they got to use Headhunt. That's one of the best uses for Intimidate. They actually still got away with their general there. We'll assassinate him on the next turn.
Will you not give our people a little gold?
No, there's not going to be a non-aggression pact. I'm about to invade you, actually. Okay. Got my agents recovered. It looks like this province is stabilizing finally, but only after I have 2 armies sitting here, but that's fine. We can afford that for the moment. Let's get into an assassination, do some poisoning on this guy, I believe. This one's actually got a better chance of the target being assassinated. Let's try it. There we go. So their armies are now gone, which is going to be very nice, and their faction is destroyed. So Liguria is gone. We can just finish converting this place over to more Hellenic culture, but Medlon is still here, spreading probably some Celtic influence. And then let's see, we can start building stuff here. Odeon, library. Let's build the +4 growth, that's nice. And then here, let's see, for now, let's go ahead and build the Zeus, because there's the Boii province, or a Boii settlement nearby that we're going to need to counterman. And we just need to keep poisoning some of these armies over here.
Mischief is not lost.
Let's try it again.
I do.
There we go. Wow, she poisoned the crap out of those guys. And my men are actually now starting to retrain at a decent rate. So, looking pretty good there.
Ready for battle.
It looks like I had started just an army to hold Bebract here. What do we got here? That's a Temple of Poseidon. It's giving me some food. Let's throw down Shrine to... actually, let's do another one to Zeus here. Spread more Hellenic order. And then let's see if we can take Lamonum. I'm going to declare war on the Pictones. They are actually allied with the Arverni.
We cannot pass here.
And they have a pretty substantial army here. This is my 21 unit army here. So I've got a slightly unfair advantage in this situation. So they got chosen swordsmen, plenty of Celtic warriors. They're probably going to sally out on open ground versus me. Usually when you have a ballista, though, the AI will YOLO charge you, which in this case is good because a couple of my thorax pikes are actually gold chevron now. So I'm feeling pretty confident about my pikemen's ability to take these barbarian troops. And let's start the deployment. And again, I'm expecting them to charge me because of my artillery. Let's actually put our artillery right up front and see if we can goad the enemy into an attack.
Macedonian cavalry.
Yeah, we can just position all our stuff after the battle already starts.
Orders understood.
I can smell our enemies from here, men. Fear does that to barbarians. Fear and strong drink. They would not stand to fight unless
My general right now is accusing the barbarians of being involved with strong drink, which is probably true. Alright, let's see.
Archers.
Alright, I'm just going to let my ballista open fire. Again, it's doing its job. It's going to pull the enemy forward, and I'll look for targets of opportunity. Just moving my men into position. Let's bring my citizen cav to this flank. Salient cav here. Alright, all my thorax pikemen are now out of formation. And let's save my ballista shots in case I feel like I need them later. Take my archers off skirmish. Okay, all my men are moving into position.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Got a light horse bearing down on me. Two of them, actually. Let's pull them back into this fight. There we go. Let's get a charge here and here. Got another light horse bearing down on this flank. Got a royal peltist into those guys. Okay. Pikes are holding their ground up front as expected. I have to take my general into combat. Salient Cav's doing great, and this light horse is going to flee from me. So I'm going to chase it. And my pikemen are doing good up front. My Thurio spears holding their ground. Let's get through this gap here. And that light horse is almost gone. Go out of formation attack. Let's attack those guys. And we can now outflank over here. Light horse is gone. Got around with the Thessalians. Let's actually pin these spear units and destroy them, so I can hit them from both directions. And let's stop our archers from firing. Nothing else for them to fire at this point. There we go. I managed to pin those spears between 3 units of Thessalian Cav and destroyed them. Let's pull out and repeat the same for the next spear unit. We'll just charge them to death. And then my citizen cab over here achieving an envelopment up against my royal peltas, so let's actually take them out of formation attack. I need to follow my own learning here. These spearmen are staying in contact with me because cavalry are quite slow. But we're just about to be ready in position to destroy them as well. And this flank is collapsing. So let's go ahead and peel off and go after these skirmishers. And here's our charge that we're looking for. These tribesmen are not braced, and they're about to get surrounded from all directions, plus a nice frontal charge from those guys, so no need to even run from them. Yep, they've just buckled under pressure there. And their skirmishers are now mine as well. Take this citizen cab out here. Let's go hunt down these spear warriors real quick so they don't come back. And my royal peltas can finish beating down these spear warriors. Thurio spear is actually doing a bang-up job here. Let's take these two units that have the flank shot and start pinning those Celtic warriors. And there comes a Celtic skirmisher. We'll get ready for some rear charges over here. General's actually doing really good, almost got 100 kills. Out of formation attack like he should be. And we've got skirmishers fleeing the field here as well. I'm going to go ahead and break off, go after them. And it looks like we've got a spear noble general. That's actually going to be a tough unit. Let's see if we can catch it unbraced from several directions, because it is just charging at me.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Okay, let's bring these guys over. Okay, we are going to get a charge against them unbraced there, and we should get a couple of rear charges here, so we might be able to destroy that spear noble.
The men are wavering.
Yeah, we hit that spear noble pretty hard from all directions. That is a very strong unit, but we routed it. So I think we probably ought to continue the battle. Go ahead and hunt down everything that's remaining. The spear noble is there. And let's see what else we got. Those units are getting javelin.
The enemy general is
Okay, no more need to waste time there. We took care of the skirmishers over here. So now we just need to run down all these troops. So I think we've pretty well destroyed the Pictones. These guys really shouldn't have challenged me. They were in absolutely no position to do so. That was not a good choice. Let's take these guys, run down those few troops. And here we go, let's split up over here. Alright, so yeah, just a matter of my men running down these fleeing Pictones. So we've continued our push west, so Alexander has made it almost to the Atlantic Ocean here. As soon as we capture Bertigala, it's going to open the first Macedonian port on the Atlantic. That'll be interesting. Kind of fun blitzing west is Alexander. Makes you wonder what history would have been like had he done that rather than going east. Of course, that put all that Hellenic influence all over the east. Been interesting to have seen whether he would have been as successful in the west. Hard to say. No real empires over there for him to fight, though, so obviously it didn't make sense. You know, he's going to go after the Persians. That was their kind of traditional enemy, so it would seem. Okay, so I think we've got these guys utterly and truly destroyed. Let's go ahead and quit this battle. So, big victory for us there over Pictones, but kind of expected with my guys being as good. Man, look at the Royal Peltas there. That is beast. 291 kills for hardly any losses. Even our general with no chevrons tanking it up there. 156 kills. Archers raining it in. Nice. So, great work from all my men there. Let's occupy this. No need to subjugate. We don't want to subjugate the weak. So then I just got to take care of them, change their diaper all day, that kind of stuff. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. HeirofCarthage signing off for now.